Hi everyone, Ed here from Shades of Vengeance. I'm going to do a quick character creation video which is going to show you just how easy it is to create a character for Era the Empowered. So I'm going to start by creating Blue Shift in Era the Empowered game format. Blue Shift is a character who is currently featuring in our comic Kickstarter, so that's why I've chosen her. She's a speedster, so that should be interesting enough to put into the power tree. So I'll start by putting the name down here, Blue Shift. And her quirk is going to be Fast Talker. So she gabbles and never stops for anything. Her hobby is in fact running. She enjoys it a lot. And I'm going to make her level 1 for the time being. So concept is obviously speedster. Now Blue Shift, the original concept behind Blue Shift was actually that she was able to run towards someone at a significant fraction of the speed of light, so that in fact her light is blue shifted into ultraviolet and people can't see her coming. Now in the comics she's not actually quite achieved that power level yet, so we're not going to have that here, but it's going to be a possibility for her, and we're going to put it in the power tree even if she doesn't have it. So her height is 5'6". Her weight is round about 59 kilograms, and she is 23 years old. All humans are size 5, unless they're children, in which case they may be size 4. She's quite well known. I'm going to say that her notoriety is 4 out of 8. She's quite well known as a hero, so people will recognize her. Now, next we have to choose the attributes, and as with other games, you can place 6, 5, or 4 points in each row. However, in this game, you can also trade in the attribute points 2 to 1 for your empowered ability points. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put her empowered ability, Speedster, I'm putting that in here first. And at level 1, she will have 2 points in the Speedster skill. Attribute, I should say. So, I now have to choose where her other points go, or if I decide to trade things in 2 for 1. I do believe that she needs some intelligence, so I'm going to give her 2 points in intelligence. I'm going to skip strength and charisma, however. She's got to run a lot, so I'm going to give her some stamina. Specifically quite a lot, and I think I'm going to stick with just the 1 point of willpower. She's going to have a massive boost to her initiative value for going first in combat anyway, so I don't really feel the need to give her a massive amount of willpower to help with that. Also, if she's a fast talker, then clearly she won't have a lot of restraint. Now, her dexterity is going to have to be high if she's going to be a good speedster. So I'm going to give her 4. Now, I'm just counting. That's 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if I give her 1, 2, 3 wits, then what I've actually been able to do is I've been able to save 4 points from here, which gives her a massive 2 extra points for this. So, that's simple enough. And with the skills, once again, it's 11, 7, 4, as with other games. However, as with the attributes, you can also fill out the power expansion areas of your tree using those same skill points. So I'm going to fill out those first. And the first thing I'm going to give her is I'm going to give her movement speed. Quite obviously, she has a lot of that. Now, I think that movement speed probably includes a fast stop ability. Now that's so that she can come to an immediate halt, avoiding collisions or traps put in her way if she notices them. And she has a decent amount of wits, so she has a chance of doing so. Secondly, I'm going to give her the ability to defy gravity. Now this could mean, in this case, what I really mean is that she can run up buildings, well, walls. Much like the Flash is able to just run up walls because he reaches an adequate speed. I feel also that's something the Blue Shift would be capable of. Indeed, she actually does it in the comic. Now next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give her a super dodge ability. And I'm sure you will have noticed there's a lot more space in these boxes. I'm not writing out the entire explanation for every ability, but there's plenty of room to do so in the character sheet. And she's also going to have, beneath this, she's going to have a quick wits skill. Now, quick wits is going to actually give her a passive bonus to wits in order to avoid many of the super speed threats she's facing. It improves her reaction time. She's basically thinking faster than any human being can. Because I'm going to make the third one a level 3 in a lockout layer, I'm going to make her second level 2 down here. I'm going to make it Flurry of Blows. Now this is her being able to do a number of attacks equal to successes. Now that means she can get a lot more attacks in because she's able to move at super speed, and even if her punches are not that powerful with only strength 1, she's able to use that to maximum advantage. Okay, so for the next area, I'm going to give her a lockout layer, and what that means is that there are very powerful powers beneath it, but you aren't allowed to get to them until you have 4 points in the lockout layer, and you can't get to both. So that unlocks 1. You can't get to both until you have all 8 points in the lockout layer. Not only that, the powers below are restricted to no more than the power above. So that's quite a significant barrier in order to progress a lot. And this is where the Blue Shift power, the invisibility that I mentioned at the start, is going to go. Okay, so then the final power is also going to be a very, very powerful one, and I'm going to make it duplication. So she can actually move so fast that there's actually a duplicate of her. Now that I've got all these written down, I've now got to assign some points to them. So I'm allowed 10 points in here to start with, and then anything else I move from the skills down to here. Obviously, she needs to have some movement speed. That's going to be a very important one. And I think that at least some fast stop and some defy gravity is very important. That's 6 of my 10 points. So you can see that it's not super easy to be able to do this stuff. Now, super dodge, I'm going to give her 2 in there. Which lets me have 1 in Flurry of Blows and 1 in Quick Wits for the time being. As you can see here, she now has 10 points in here, and I'm going to move up to the skills because once I decide that, I can then exchange these points 2 for 1 with the ones down here. So, she's going to be a brawler. She's not going to carry weapons, so her brawl skill is going to be very, very important. Again, as I said, 11, 7, and 4. Now, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm going to give her an extra 1 in Brawl to make up for the fact she has such a low strength. So I've used all 11 points on that row. Next, I'm going to give her a little bit of computer skill. I'm going to give her 1 medicine, and I'm going to give her a couple of pilot, which also involves driving cars or tanks or helicopters or jetpacks or whatever else you may come across. Now finally, for interaction, in theory I have 7 points left, so I'm going to have to decide carefully what I want to be able to do. I'm going to choose to have 1 esteem, and I'm going to take 1 persuasion and 1 instruction. Now that leaves me with 4 more points, which exchange 2 for 1 down to here, meaning that I can then have some extras. And specifically, they're going, ooh, I can't do that. Now, the reason I can't do that is super dodge is only at 2, and nothing below is allowed to exceed the one above. So I'm not able to do that. I think what I'm going to do is add a second one to run up walls to make it more likely that that's possible. So, that's all of the points spent. Now we just need to clear up the final bits and pieces. Defense of 4, lowest of wits and dexterity. I missed the quick wits. I said that was a passive bonus. So she actually has +2. 6 total wits. She's going to have an outfit. A costume, if you like. I'm going to make it encumbrance 1, damage +0, kill +1. So she's a little harder to shoot thanks to her outfit. There's some armor in it. But since she mostly dodges bullets anyway, it's not a big deal for her. Now the initiative, thanks to bonus, is actually 7. Her speed would usually be her strength, her dexterity, and her size, which comes to a total of 10. But because of her large movement speed bonus, I'm actually going to give her +4 per skill level of movement speed. So that's going to give her 16 + 10, which is 26, which is an extremely respectable speed. Most people have around speed 10 at level 1 anyway. Her encumbrance is going to be her strength plus her stamina, which is only 5. So she can't carry a lot. She can just about carry a person as well as wear her outfit. She's not very strong. Now, we've got stamina, which is 4, and we've got to do the health over here. Now, health is stamina plus size. So her size is 5, and her stamina is 4. And there we go, there you have it. There is Blue Shift's character sheet. I'm going to be back in another video where I will talk about the way in which roles are conducted, and also a little bit about the tree construction, which I did here. Thank you very much for watching.